JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, St. Catherine man charged for attack on media workers. The Spanish Town Police have charged the Homestead resident who attacked media workers in St. Catherine on Wednesday, damaging a cameraman's equipment. Michael Marlin, a laborer, has been charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and malicious destruction of property. The attack on the television Jamaica cameraman and a Gleaner reporter took place as a journalist covered a protest by teachers at Homestead Primary School. Video footage showed the man advancing on the cameraman while hurling expletives and threats. Acting Commander of the St. Catherine North Police Division, Superintendent Derek Champagne, confirmed that the suspect was nabbed by the police. "We sent for him today and he's now in custody. He has now been formally charged with malicious destruction of property and assault occasioning bodily harm," Superintendent Champagne said. He said a court date is being finalized for the accused. The Press Association of Jamaica and the Media Association of Jamaica have both condemned the incident. Old Folks Home resident allegedly assaults fellow ward. Eyebrows were raised in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Wednesday when it was alleged that a ward of a senior citizen home was being charged with wounding a fellow ward. Everyone in the courtroom, including Parish Judge Venice Blackstock Murray, was shocked after the defendant, Errol Morris, who uses a wheelchair, was placed in the prisoner's dock to answer to a charge of unlawful wounding. He was assisted by a social worker. "What really happened?" the judge asked the prosecutor. The court heard that Morris told the complainant, who is physically challenged, to get up from where he was seated. However, the complainant refused, and Morris allegedly then used an iron walking stick to hit the complainant in his head, causing a wound that bled. After the allegations were read in court, bickering could be heard in the courtroom. A plea was not taken from Morris. The prosecutor told the judge that the case file was incomplete as the medical certificate was outstanding. Judge Blackstock Murray adjourned the matter until February 10, 2023, when the matter is set for mention. Slickianna remembered as loyal friend and committed mother at funeral. Dressed in white in a casket, adorned with her photographs, social media personality Anika Townsend, otherwise called Slickianna, looked the part of a precious gem, a description used in her funeral program. Townsend was laid to rest 5 days before what would have been her 36th birthday. Her body was fished from the scene Reading, St. James on October 21, 2022. Held at the Webster Memorial United Church in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, Townsend's funeral saw family members openly weeping over her casket. During the eulogy, read by her aunt Arlene Gregory, Townsend was remembered as a loyal friend whose generosity knew no bounds. "Unfortunately, someone she trusted took her away from us," Gregory said, holding back tears. She detailed how Townsend had last spoken to her mother just hours before her trip to St. James. "Our dear dumpling is no longer with us," her aunt said, using one of the many nicknames Townsend had. Townsend was also hailed as a committed mother to her son. On November 11, Russian Patterson was charged with the murder of Townsend. Allegations are that on Thursday, October 20, Townsend traveled from Kingston to Montego Bay, where she was picked up by Patterson. At some point during the night, an argument developed between them, which resulted in Patterson strangling Townsend and disposing of her body. A 47-year-old security guard, Ron Rose, otherwise called Early B, has been charged with misprision of a felony in the matter. Former Petrojam GM had accessed the company's U.S. account 4 years after leaving oil refinery. 4 years after parting ways with Petrojam, former general manager of the state-owned oil refinery, Floyd Grindley, still had access to the entity's bank account, valued at over $18 million. The revelation was made on Wednesday during King's Counsel K.D. Knight's cross-examination of the company's chief financial officer, CFO Delroy Brown, who is a witness in the fraud trial involving Grindley and former chairman Dr. Percival Singh. Grindley and Singh are being tried in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court in relation to the submission of claims amounting to $73,620 between December 2016 and May 2018. The claims were made by Dr. Singh for overseas travels which were never undertaken. Grindley is alleged to have aided and abetted the ex-chairman in the process used to make the fraudulent claims. While he grilled the CFO about financial matters at Petrojam, Knight, who is representing Grindley, also sought to highlight his client's character. He pointed out that Grindley, no longer the general manager, was still a signatory on the account, which owes enormous sums of money up to November. Knight said that he could have sought a means of swindling the cash. Knight quizzed the CFO on whether he knew that on November 8, 2022, at 9:17 a.m., Petrojam had a US dollar investment account of close to $14 million and a US account valued at over $5.3 million US. Brown was dumbfounded by Knight's revelation. Brown told Knight that without the documentation before him, he could not speak to the figures. Knight probed to ascertain what access to the accounts within or outside of Petrojam. Is Mr. Green still able to officially access the Petrojam account? Would he be able to know that Petrojam's account has over $18 million? You don't care that Mr. Green has access and can open the account, meaning can go into the computer and see how much is in the account. He could say, my name is on this account, I'm a signatory to it, and could fraudulently withdraw or pay bills in Petrojam's account. Are you aware that he can open the account and use the account? Who should be blamed for that if that can happen? He said. Brown responded by saying that he is not the administrator of the account and that he had no clue if Greenlee indeed could still access it. It wouldn't open door to fraudulent activity, he said in response to Knight's question about Greenlee's access to the account years later. Deflecting blame from himself as head of the finance department, Brown explained that it would be the financial treasury's responsibility to take steps to prevent a person who has left the company from still having access to bank accounts. NSWMA embarks on Operation Sweep to clear garbage backlog. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, has embarked on a wide-scale garbage collection drive in several parishes. For months, residents of several parishes have complained bitterly about uncollected garbage. Today's launch of Operation Sweep came a day after the government handed over 50 new garbage trucks to the NSWMA. This morning, busy NSWMA workers could be seen removing garbage in several communities in sections of Portland, Clarendon, and St. Catherine. While on the ground in Portmore, St. Catherine, NSWMA Executive Director Audley Gordon said several of the new units will be assigned to the municipality given the need in the area. 50 trucks were handed over to us yesterday, and we decided to dispatch 12 to Portmore to start the operation that will go right through Christmas into the new year, Gordon disclosed. He said that the massive pileup of garbage in Portmore and other areas must be tackled as a matter of urgency. There's a backlog right across the entire Portmore. My understanding is that there are about 60 to 70 loads, but whatever it is, we don't want no backlog. So the plan is for the municipality to be backlog-free by Christmas, Gordon stressed, while expressing appreciation for understanding by residents. He noted that Portmore Mayor Leon Thomas and Portmore members of Parliament were invited to participate in the rollout of the operation, but only St. Catherine South East MP responded. Miller, for his part, expressed joy that the garbage issue in Portmore is being addressed. When contacted, Thomas, who was with relatives due to a death in his family, said he only learned about the program this morning. The people of Portmore know that I've been advocating day in, day out for a proper garbage collection and solid waste management system in the municipality for quite some time. Had I been informed earlier, even with my present situation, I would have made every effort to be present, Thomas said. In sports news, Reed's brace secures final spot for Glenmuir. A brace from David Reed marched Glenmuir High into the final of the Issa Ben Francis Cup knockout with a 2-0 win over Yorkshire High in the semi-finals at the Stets Sports Complex yesterday. Glenmuir took the lead in the 13th minute when Reed broke free on goal from a defense-beating pass to sort the ball into an empty net past an out-rushing goalkeeper. Reed was gifted his second goal from a Yorkshire defensive error in the 62nd minute, tapping the ball into the goal from inside the 6-yard box. Andrew Peart, coach of Glenmuir, outlined how important his selfless player Reed is to the team's success this season. David Reed is an important player for us. He brings a lot of energy and dynamism to our game. Yes, he scored 2 goals to take his tally to 11 overall, but his goal contribution is superb with 16 assists. He is willing to always work for the team and put someone else in the limelight, which is important to the team, said Peart, who also summed up his team's performance. It was a clinical performance in my team, as we managed to not expel a lot of energy as we moved on to the final. Coach of York Castle, Vannie Clark, was disappointed in their below-par performance yesterday, but was proud of their overall season. We are bitterly disappointed. That goes without saying. However, I'm very pleased and proud of the exposure that the kids got. I'm confident that they'll learn from this experience and be better for next year, Clark said. Today we just didn't click, which is frustrating because we knew we had to be absolutely concentrated and we weren't. We feel that we have that much more quality than we showed, so we're disappointed, but absolutely pleased with the effort from the boys of the season, he added. In the late game, defending champions Edwin Allen I dispatched Rossies I 3-0 to make it an All-Clarendon final at the same venue on Saturday. In cricket news, Windies openers drop anchor after Aussie post big score. West Indies openers Craig Brathwaite and debutant Tejan Chanderpaul fought hard on the second evening to ensure West Indies did not lose any wickets in a testing 90-minute period. After Australia declared their first innings at 598 for 4, the pair was forced to combat a barrage of short and menacing bowling from the Aussie pace attack on Thursday. They will resume on Friday at 74 without the loss of a wicket, with the left-handed Chanderpaul on an impressive 47 not out of 73 balls and the skipper on 80 not out of 79 balls. Chanderpaul got off the mark with a boundary of Michael Stark, but took a painful blow on the groin from fast bowler Josh Hazelwood and had to be treated on the field by physio Dr. Dennis Bayham. He recovered and soldiered on, and also hooked skipper Pat Cummings for a towering 6 off long leg and way back into the stands. It was a superb demonstration of toughness in the face of tremendous pressure in his first knock at the highest level. Brathwaite addressed the media after stumps on his birthday and said he was happy with the fight demonstrated so far. Earlier, double centuries by Marnus Labuschagne and Steve Smith allowed Australia to declare a big total. Labuschagne scored 204, his second double century, and was out of the last ball before lunch, caught behind off Brathwaite's off spin. Smith reached 200 not out, and Australia declared when Travis Head was out on 99 after playing onto Brathwaite. West Indies will have a lot of work to do when play resumes 9:20 Thursday Jamaica time, and they'll look to carry the momentum into the third day and beyond. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.